I'd like to motion to move item R to after item N, which is public comments, to after student comments.
I'll second that.
Okay. Do we want to call roll or just say that there's not a consensus? Okay. They want to move public comments from the end to the beginning. I'm going to address that, though, today. So, okay.
Schwartz,
No.
Wiersma,
Yes.
Komrosky,
Yes.
Barham,
No.
Anderson.
No. Okay. All right, then the other request that I have is regarding the exact same thing. It's regarding understanding general public comments on the agenda. I was actually asked by some community members to make this handout and disseminate it because they believe there's a lot of confusion around it. So I'm asking the board if I can I feel like it would be valuable to take the time to explain to the public how to read the agenda and how to understand public comments versus general public comments in our agenda. And I wanted to know if I could have like 10 or 15 minutes after president comments to do that.
Sure.
Okay.
Shouldn't that have been agendized?
I had it under information, but then I realized that we need people to understand how to read the agenda as we work through the agenda. And what it is just explaining to people before we start into the meeting how to read and understand the agenda.
Where was that under information and reports?
I
What
pulled it
number?
off of information and reports, and I'm asking for board consensus because it's not really information and reports. It's really just educating the public on how to read the agenda because they come in and we have the agenda and people don't understand how to read it. So I just want to take a minute to explain to people how to read the agenda before the meeting starts. And I think like that should be allowed. It's just sort of a procedural.
motion?
I think that needed to be agendized and then something for people to see prior and read thoroughly before just adding it to the agenda. And you said a minute, but then you said 15, so
No, I said
No, she said
10 to 15.
10 to 15 minutes to go through this? The thing that I have a problem with is when I brought forward the discussion for public comments and how to make it equitable for everyone, including e-comments and splitting things, there was no discussion of that. So I would be no looking at this for 15 minutes when really that hasn't been brought back to thoroughly discuss as a board.
Actually, it's not for discussion, it's just for information, and I made this for you so that you can better understand where public comments versus general public comments let's call the vote. Can I do that, Lenny?
How can we vote on something that wasn't agendized?
What?
She's making a motion, and I'll second the motion.
Well,
read
I
this.
could, how about this? Can I have an extra 10 minutes in my president comments?
Whenever you want to do it.
Because I'll just read this for my president's comments. Can
I think anything we do to help educate the public about how
Okay.
we do
So-
business is a good idea.
So can I please just have an extra, give me 15, I think I just need 10 for my president comments.
I think the thing, again, I would have asked is that what we had talked about before and what I had asked be considered for the public should have been part of this discussion because it was something I already brought forward. So can that be brought back into this? Or is it just you making a 10-minute speech?
It's just me making a 10-minute speech. Is that okay, Lenny? I don't think we need to vote on it. It's just approving the
Yeah.
agenda. Do I have consensus to have an extra 15 minutes for?
From
Can we
me,
call
yes.
roll?
Yes.
Okay.
Schwartz,
Yes.
Wiersma,
No.
Komrosky,
No.
Barham,
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd also like to, before the approval agenda, I'm going to pull the warrant list just when we get to it, just to discuss an item on it.
Which one?
Okay.
The warrant list.
No, which item?
Oh, there's a whole bunch in there related to water. Yeah, I'm not pulling the whole list to go through it, but what's that? Number 3. Yeah, number 3.
Do you want to do that now or when we get to the consent?
No, when we get to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a heads up.
Thank you for
Yep.
that. Any other changes to the agenda?
So my heads up for consent will be pulling O11 for discussion and further information for the public.
What is it?
011 from the consent list.
Number item 11?
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else?
I'm going to pull something off the warrant list. Number 3, so when we get to it.
Okay, when we get to consent, we'll
Yeah.
pull through.
And water.
Yeah.
Is that
Okay.
correct? Joe, water?
Okay.
311 and water.
Any other changes to the agenda? Okay, I move to approve the agenda.
Second,
Schwartz,
yes.
Wiersma. Yes. Komrosky,
Yes.
Barham,
Yes.
Anderson.
Yes, the motion was adopted. All right. So in accordance with Government Code Section, where's my glasses? 54957.7, the board will now meet in closed session to consider items listed in Section E.
Okay.
Is there any public comment for closed session? None? Okay. Then we will go into closed session.